What is up, guys? This is James from Project Play. Today we're going to be talking about a lot of release dates coming out and in the next few weeks. And so yeah, let's get started. Alright, so let's see, what is today? Today is October the 14th. A couple new release dates out today that are big titles. First we have Evil Within. I'm personally still on the edge with this game. It might be cool to actually play it, but I feel like it's going to be it's going to be very similar to Resident Evil games, or the original Resident Evil games, where like I'm pretty sure you can't run while you shoot, which is cool. Like I had never had a problem with that when I played the older ones, but a lot of people did. So that's when they made Resident Evil 6, which screwed up everything, in my opinion. But anyway, that's off my tangent. Another game coming out today is Sleeping Dogs, the Definitive Edition, or Remastered Edition, or whatever they call it. I never was a huge fan of it. I didn't play it until it became free on Xbox 360. It is it was fun to play, it's just I had other things to play at the same time, so I never got around to it. But I know a lot of people are excited for that, so that comes out today. And the graphics do look increasingly better than the last gen consoles. Let's see. Alright, so next month we've got quite a few titles coming out. We have Assassin's Creed Unity, which I'm probably not going to get, but we might see John might get it, Ryan might get it. I don't know, they're pitching it as a good, the big reason they're pitching it is because it's got co-op, and that's just not my thing. I mean, I'm fine with co-op games. Usually military games are better for me to be co-op, but that's just me. Assassin's Creed has always been my kind of solo game. I like to take out a whole bunch of people and feel badass for being able to take somebody down. With three other people with me, I don't think it'll feel the same. And also, the time era that they're in, it just doesn't, I don't know much about it, and it doesn't seem very interesting to me. But that doesn't mean it's not going to be good. That just means I'm just a piece of crap that doesn't enjoy some games for some reason. Alright, another game that comes out is Far Cry 4, which is very anticipated, and I'm thinking we might see John or Ryan get it. And I'm saying I'm pushing it on them too because I don't think I'm getting it, so we might see them get it. They might get a review out for you, but yeah, Far Cry 4, it looks, I think, more fun than Assassin's Creed. Yeah, but it is a first-person shooter, opposed to the third-person stuff. It just looks really, the world looks very vast and creative. And I don't know if you noticed, but I'm playing Battlefield 4 on PS4, and I'm sucking while I'm talking to you guys. So, alright, so okay, two games that I'm really excited for that I'm getting that I'll be able to review for you guys. First, we got the remastered GTA, which looks amazing, in my opinion. And so I'll be getting that. That comes out the 18th, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Also, we've got another game that I'll be getting. I'm actually getting kind of prepared for right now is Dragon Age Inquisition. The graphics look amazing, and the story looks even better. And apparently there's supposed to be over like 150 hours of gameplay possible. So that's something I'm really looking forward to. And I'm getting prepared for it because I'm playing Dragon Age Origins on the PC right now, and I'll probably switch over to Dragon Age 2 on Xbox 360 just so I can get prepped for it. Even though I don't think we're supposed to be connected that much. I mean, just a few characters, but it's always cool to play the other games so you can know, like, the gameplay style and what you're looking for. And it's BioWare, so I mean, like, BioWare never goes wrong. I don't care what people say. I love Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. If people have problems with 3, I still love it. And Knights of the Republic, I still love it 2. Oh wait, they didn't do 2, did they? Oh well, that doesn't matter. 2 was awesome anyway. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. And let's see. Alright, so Gotham came out yesterday. I'm not going to really go into what happened in Gotham, but they've rumored new villains, and I don't know if I'm ready for that. Like, I feel like it just doesn't feel the same without Batman there when they introduce villains, even if it is correct, and I'm not sure of that because I'm not a huge like comic buff on Batman. Even though I do enjoy it. Like, there's a few stories that I really enjoy and thought were really cool. But anyway, they've also, Fox has ordered a full season from Gotham, which means that they were originally going to make 13 episodes, and now with Fox ordering a full season, they're going to be making, I think, like 22 or something like that. So I don't know if that'll stall, like if they'll split up the season now, before and after winter or something like that, what shows normally do, so that they have time to make the rest of the episodes, or if they are just gonna like rush them out now. I hope they don't rush them out because I don't want to see a decrease in the quality of the content, especially when they've tried so hard to get this universe out. Let's see. So Sons of Anarchy comes out today, this episode. Those of you who watch it, I am very excited for it. But I'm on the edge of being depressed because they're putting my favorite character in a mind with another favorite character, or not a favorite character of mine, but a popular character. People. They're putting Gemma across from Juice, and Juice is my favorite character, and the creator of the show, Kurt Sutter, he is married to Gemma, the character Gemma. So I feel like he would kill off Juice faster than he would kill off Gemma, which concerns me. So if I'm really upset next Tuesday, you know why. Holy Jesus. Alright, and also, let's see, American Horror Story. I started watching that new series for Freak Show. It was pretty good. I can't say when I watch the show, I'm usually wanting more creepy stuff, more scary stuff. Like the first show, or the first season of American Horror Story wasn't the best to me. I think it was for most people. But ever since then, they're going away from the creepy, scary to kind of the dumb, a little weird stuff, which is fine. I don't mind a little weird stuff. It's just, Jesus, what are they doing in there? Yeah, I got a hit and nothing else. Oh. Alright, so we talked about American Horror Story, talked about some of the... Alright, guys. Now is the time for your spoiler Walking Dead season premiere of season 5. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers, now would be the time to exit. I'm going to talk about it. Just not much spoilers, but enough to make people mad. So this premiere was honestly my favorite premiere that I've seen out of all the seasons because it had the most action. It put us into a story already that nobody was. I mean, like, you can say you were expecting it, but really, the amount of stuff that happened, you can't say you were expecting all of it. I mean, it was just crazy. There was a lot of stuff going on. A lot of characters that we saw that are going to be important later on, even if they're not alive, we're still going to be seeing some past stories, which I saw with the interview with, what was it, Scott Gimple. So he had a lot to say about that. Like, we'll be seeing some past, which I was a big fan of in season 2 when they did those scenes from the past, like with Shane and Lori, and Shane trying to save Rick. That was like some of my favorite stuff. I really enjoy when they go back because then you kind of learn more about the character, but it doesn't affect what's happening in real time. You just get to know them a little more, so it kind of sometimes it even changes your idea of the character, going back to where they are in real time. Because like at the end of season 1, everybody kind of disliked Shane, didn't understand what he was doing, like he was trying to, I thought he was trying to strap everything, which he might have still have been, but after going back on the finale, I think called, what was it called, TS19, or Wildfire, one of them, after going to that past scene with Shane trying to save Rick from the hospital, we understood that he was actually trying to help the whole time, and he thought Rick was dead, so we knew he wasn't lying. At least he didn't think he was lying. So I mean, you just kind of, and that made me start to like Shane. So that's just like one of the instances where I really enjoy the past sequences. So anyway, back to season 5 from here. The group is, at the end we see the group reunited, and everything's pretty cool and chill. But at the start of the episode, it kind of, there might have been a few days that have passed since season 4 finale. We see the characters being pulled, we see Rick, Daryl, and Glenn, pretty much the 3 people that if they kill off, nobody will watch the show. We see them 3 being pulled out and brought to a trough in the middle of a gross looking room, and there's 3 other people with them. Now, 2 of the people we don't know. One of the people we do is the actor who plays Penguin in Gotham. He was in season 4 when the episode where Rick brought Carol out scavenging, but he was really planning on getting rid of her. And he was one of the guys that they had to fix his arm. Carol helped fix his arm, and then they left and told them to help. And asked them, the 2 people that were there that they found in the house wanted to help out. They said they'd come back for him. And then when they came back, they saw the woman dead, so they assumed the man was dead, but anyway, it was him, and he got his, so what they did, they brought out 2 characters, one with a bat, one with a knife, and the bat guy hit the people upside the head, knocked them out, and then the other guy slit their throats into the trough, and kind of cleared it out. I don't know if their idea is to drain the body of the fluid, because then later on we realized that yes, they are cannibals, which was the big rumor. I was kind of against it. I didn't want them to take that approach to Terminus, but they did it, and I am fine with it now because they, you kind of, throughout the episode, you learn that the original people of Terminus were good, and it was a sanctuary at the time, and then they were taken over by a group of bandits, and then Terminus became this cannibalistic group, and there's still a few characters that were part of that original group in the new group who want it to turn back. So you kind of get like a civil war between a few kinds of people in the group. But let's see. We see Tyrese take down this guy for the first time and actually not care about killing. Well, he does care at first, but he gets into it. He comes across this guy that's kind of like a guard for Terminus, and Tyrese is with the baby. Carol leaves to go save people from Terminus, and leaves him with the baby. And the man that's with him, I really kind of liked, because he was being very real about everything. He was saying, why are you leaving me alive with you and a baby in here? He's like, you just need to take that baby and leave. It was just it fit well with the atmosphere. I just think it worked well. But anyway, Tyrese was saying that not everybody has to die. But then the guy, when Tyrese is unaware, not looking, he puts his hands around the baby like he's gonna snap its neck. And that's when he tells Tyrese to leave the house, which is surrounded with zombies, or walkers, sorry. So he does, and we don't know if he's alive or dead. And then later on, the guy hears banging wall, so he walks over to the door, and that's when Tyrese like bursts through and just takes a beating on the guy. And then later on, when Carol gets back, he tells him not to go in there because he's dead. And I don't know if that's for sure. I don't know if it's for sure. So he could just be, lying. But I don't know. We'll see in time. Two things I didn't like. When Carol goes to save everybody from Terminus to cause a distraction, she goes over to like a gas tank. She shoots it with a rifle, and then there was a bag of fireworks she took from the guy that's the guard from Terminus where Tyrese is. She took a bag of fireworks from him, and and she it's like a big bottle rocket. So she shoots the gas tank, and gas starts coming out, and then she shoots the firework, and precision is key. She hits it right on the dot. And I just thought it was way, like, overdone. They could have done it in a lot of ways other than that. It just didn't feel right. I mean, that was one part, but then after that, it kind of gets back into the action, so you kind of forget about it, so, like, it felt fine afterwards. I know every time I'll watch, like, when I pre-order that season and get it again and watch it, I'm still going to be mad about that part. But, it worked out. It kind of smoothed out at the end, so, like, it was nothing too much to worry about. Also, the second part, when the group, that distraction occurred, right? And it stopped them from slitting Rick, Glenn, and Daryl's throat. They got out, got weapons, saved the others from the train car. They all leave, go back to where they put the bag at the end of season 4, in the ground, and they get their weapons back. And Carol comes from behind the trees, and it's just like this very sentimental moment. Everybody's really emotional. But what I didn't like, I thought Rick's acting was perfect. I think everybody behind him, if you looked at their faces, like everybody looked legitimate. But at the same time, Daryl's reaction to seeing Carol was a little too overdone, and I thought it didn't fit his character. Daryl's always been the kind of cool guy, like he doesn't want to admit some stuff. He doesn't want to admit when he's scared or when he's, this or that. I mean, we've seen him break a few times, especially with that episode with just him and Beth in season 4. Why are we on the ground? But anyway, he kind of just like almost gets in this crying happy face and just runs up to Carol and hugs her for like 20 seconds. And it just didn't seem right. I would feel like he'd be like the laid back, I mean, he'd still be happy, but he'd be like slower than that. Like, it just felt like such a romantic movie. I didn't pick it fit. I don't know. I mean, like, if you watch it, you'll understand. I think if you've been watching this character through all the seasons. But so those are the only two things. The only other thing that I'm mad about, but I understand where they're going with, is when they left the camp, when they found the bag, Rick got his Magnum, and Daryl got his crossbow because Carol picked it up from the Terminus holdout where they were holding out their weapons, kind of like a weapons locker. So Daryl got his crossbow, Rick got his Magnum, but Michonne never got her katana. And I feel like that's a huge reason why people like Michonne. No offense. Like, she has, like, started developing her character a little more and opening up the character, which is cool. But without her katana, she's gonna have to learn how to shoot something, which might not be that good. So, anyway, at the end of the episode, ended good. The biggest spoiler at the end was Morgan. He's been tracking somebody. We don't know if he's tracking the group. We don't know if he's tracking the group. We don't know if... Dang, how did I live through that? That was amazing. Oh my god, this is where I die. No! Oh, okay, guy from across the roof, that's fine. Morgan, he's tracking somebody. He's walking on the railroad tracks. He takes off his mask, reveals he's Morgan, and then he looks over in a tree, and there's a symbol. And so he starts following it. Now, I've heard different rumors. This could be Rick's group. It could be maybe it could be the group from Terminus that is still alive. The very few that are still alive. They could be wanting to be able to retrace their steps so they can get back to Terminus when they need to. It also could be Rick's group. It could be Abraham, since he's got military instincts. He could be marking the trees, you know, getting everybody prepared. Him and Rosita talked, and they said something away from the group when they all had met. And Abraham told her, he's like, we won't bring that up yet, or something like that. Like they're talking about something. I mean, I assumed that they were just talking about their plan to get Eugene to the capital, but they might not. So we don't know. We don't know for sure. Anyway, it was a very good episode. It left you with a lot of questions, but it also answered a lot, changed the path of where you thought that was going to go, and it kept new characters. We also know that next episode we're going to be seeing some Father Gabriel, which is a huge character. If you haven't read the comic books, he's going to play a lot. Like in the comic book, he played a big role. And we'll see if that role transitions to the television show.